Hello everyone. How are you doing? It's been a while. I have been busy, and I guess you've all been busy, right? But anyways, I'm so happy to be here. We're trying this live on YouTube. I think it's much better. We've been having a lot of issues with Facebook, with the page, for whatever reason, but I'm always happy to come here and see you guys and talk to you guys and chat. Have you guys noticed recently what's going on in the world? There's been a lot of marriage breaking up. Lots of marriages are breaking up recently, and it's kind of shocking, especially when you see older couples who have stayed together for so long a time, and all of a sudden, poof, they just break off. It is strange. Okay, I don't know, but for me, I was talking with a friend, and she said, you know what, I didn't get married to get divorced. I didn't get married to break up my home. I married to stay married. So many of these people, when they get married, they marry with the intention of staying married. So what happens on the way? What makes a marriage that is going on well between two people who are in quote committed to each other, and they've been together for more than 10 years? What will make those kind of couples to break up? This is the food for thought that I've been having. I've been entertaining it for some time because we have seen both rich and poor. Sometimes we used to think that the reason why poor people break up from marriages, or when situations changes, like maybe people travel out. Some people say when people travel out, the ladies change and then they become different. But we've seen lots of couples who have stayed back in Africa or in other countries in Europe, and who have not even traveled from their home countries, who are breaking up their marriages for whatever reason. People will say, okay, what's happening? Back in the days, our mothers used to stay in their homes. They never broke up. Nothing happened. So why are homes breaking up now? Some people will say it's the fault of the woman. Some people would say it's the fault of the men of nowadays. I'm not here to point hands at anybody. I'm not pointing at anybody. It's nobody's fault. It's a time for couples, people, human beings, brethren, Christians, non-Christians, especially here we're talking about Christian marriages. Before you even get married, if you're still single, start asking yourself, what will make a marriage that has lasted for so long to just break up all of a sudden? Really, that's what they call prevention is better than cure. It's better to prevent a situation, a problem, an injury before it even happens. So if you try to understand what will make, or what is making older couples to break up, some people say they stay together because they want the children to have a home where daddy and mommy are there. And then when they cannot do it anymore, when they cannot hold it anymore, when they cannot stand it anymore, then they break apart. When they've gotten to that point where I ain't got no time for to continue to take nonsense, and then they decide that, you know what, I'm out. I've taken it as a young woman, or I've taken it as a young man, and that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Goodbye. But I believe that, when people stay together, after a while, they kind of become interdependent on each other. They become this synchronization, this part where if that person is not there, the void is there. Does it mean that they've broken up a long time ago? Does it mean that they were never together for a very long time? Those are some of the questions that I'm asking myself. What happened? Did they not have this synchronization? Did they not come to a point where they almost became like siblings? Well, you say yes, siblings part. Siblings have issues, and sometimes they grow apart. So what happened? What caused that growing apart, and how long did this growing apart take, and what is making these marriages to break up? Now it's happening among Christians. The only difference between Christians is that it's not advertised on social media. The whole world is not hearing about it. But it doesn't mean that Christian marriages are not suffering and bleeding. I know a couple of couples, marriages that they're just managing it. They're just going on one day at a time. So what is going on? Are we no longer living according to the Bible standard of loving, the men loving their wife just as Christ loved the church, and the wife loving her husband and submitting to him? So when I say as submitting, I know submission is a very sensitive topic, and many people want to fight against it and drag it. So there's so many perspective and point of views on the issue of submission. Now, submitting one to another is another topic that people have brought up. But are we no longer following the expected Christian standard of what marriage should be? So when I see marriages breaking up, it's food for thought for me. Okay, I never believe that I have attained. I'm like Paul that says that I run towards the mark. Okay, and I'm always paying attention so that me myself, I will not be a castaway. My marriage will not break up too. My marriage will not be destroyed. So I try to learn. I like to learn from the experiences of older couples. I've been in my marriage for over a decade now. Okay, and I thank God for how the Lord has been helping me. It's not by power, it's not by might. It doesn't mean that we're perfect. It doesn't mean that we've not had misunderstandings. Yes, we have had lots of misunderstandings. We've, disagreed like every regular couple will do. But did we ever think that, okay, we're breaking up now, we're out? Did we ever put divorce on the table? Was it an option? No, it was not an option. Divorce was not an option for us. My husband would say to me that we have locked the door and we have thrown the key in the ocean. We can never find it. Me and you are stuck together. We're going nowhere. Will something happen that will ever make me and my husband to part ways? These are things I ask myself. These are things I think about. These are things I ponder. So when I see marriages that seemingly are meant to be cemented start going off, I begin to ask myself questions like, what went wrong? What happened? How can we prevent this from reoccurring all the time in other situations? For you who have not gotten married, these are things you should be thinking about. Ask yourself, am I preparing myself for marriage? Am I going to get married and stay married? Or am I this kind of person that will leave the door open, and if something goes wrong, then I'm out? I'm just going to tell you something that someone shared with me. She said she has a sister, and she has been with the man, the father of her kids. I don't know if they're married, but they call him her husband. She's been with this guy for so long, and they've had 4 kids. She's been with him for over 18 years, if I'm correct, over 18 years, almost 20 years. And they moved from one house to another, and they got into a bigger house. But what did this woman do? She kept the old apartment key. She kept paying for it. Like, she never gave it away. And whenever they have misunderstandings, she will always pack up her things and go back to their former apartment. Now she has the key to herself. She's the one paying for it. It's no longer for the both of them. So she'll go back there, and then she'll stay there. She's this very quiet person, very, very quiet, doesn't talk, doesn't like to engage, will not argue with you, will not fight you. But this is what she'll always do. And so the husband was kind of talking to the elder people in the family and saying, hi, could you just please talk to my wife and ask her why does she still keep the key of the apartment that we left? Does it mean that she's planning that any opportunity she gets, that she's going to just run back to our former apartment? So why am I telling you this story? It's a lesson for me, and it's something that I pondered about after I heard the story. What I learned from it is that when people think that they have options, when you're coming into a marriage with a mentality that if it doesn't work, I'm out. If it doesn't work, this is what I'm going to do. This is my contingency plan, and this is what I'm going to do. You definitely would not know when you start to action that plan that you had. But if you get into a marriage without a plan B, without thinking that I don't know when this marriage will stop working, and when it does stop working, these are what I'm going to do, or these are the steps that I'm going to take. Then, if you don't have that kind of mentality, then you'll strive to make your marriage work. So it's all about mentality, guys. Before you get married, where is your mindset at? Who do you listen to? Okay? I know that marriage will work because 2 people work at it to make it work, okay? But I'm talking now to every individual who is planning to get married. You've not gotten married yet. I'm talking to the male as I'm talking to the females. So where is your own mind at? This is not a discussion that is directed to only the female. I'm talking to both male and females. So when you're getting into marriage, where is your mind at? Do you have options? Are you just getting married to that lady because that's the only option that you have right now? Are you getting married to a lady or planning to get married to a lady because of physical things, because of what she can give you, because of her wealth, because of her job, because you want to travel, because you want a better life, because maybe she has one thing or the other? Is it for material reasons that you're planning to get married to someone? Or is it more than that? Is it you feeling that there is a purpose why both of you are coming together? Purpose, guys. What is your purpose? Why do you want to get married? Is it just because as a Christian brother, we're not allowed to sleep around, and if you get married, then you get a passport to be able to start sleeping around? I mean, to start sleeping with someone. Sorry, my bad. Is it that you're marrying because of sex? That's what I want to say. Are you marrying because it gives you the license just to have sex and nothing else? Then, if that's the reason, what happens when your spouse doesn't feel like having sex? What happens when your spouse is sick? What God, we're not praying for sickness, but what happens in the event that something like that happens? Are you thinking of all those things? I'm just saying, set your priority right. You need to have a right reason, a right purpose for getting married. And not for what you can get, not just for what you can get, but what you can give. What are you planning to bring into your marriage? And if the male and the female are thinking that way, I'm coming here to bring value. I'm coming here to bring grace. I'm coming here to bring progress. I'm coming here to bring all my love, not half of your love, not one part of your love with the lady, your ex, or the lady you thought you were going to marry but it didn't work out. All your love, or you, a lady, keeping your love for and still eyeing that brother that should have proposed to you and it didn't work out. You were friends and maybe you guys started a relationship and it didn't work out. No, all your love to this brother, all your care, all your money, finance, like all of you, you're bringing it all into this marriage. I'm bringing it. You are bringing it. And when everybody is bringing something, you are sure, rest assured, that this marriage is going to be a marriage of abundance. It's going to be a marriage of mutual love. It's going to be a marriage of lack of selfishness. You'll not be selfish. You'll be kind. You'll be giving. You'll be loving. You'll be patient. You'll be long-suffering. You'll be all of those things that are outlined in that verse in 1 Corinthians. So, my friends, think about what is going on around us. The marriages that are breaking is the end of the times. Christ is coming very soon. Yes, we know that. But apart from that, what is causing marriages to break nowadays? Where are we missing it? What's going on wrong? What are we picking on the way that is affecting many homes nowadays, both Christian homes and homes out there? It's even worse. Like, things are just all over the place. You hear so many things that doesn't make any sense. You hear people saying you can't eat one soup. You can't keep eating one soup. You need to taste other soups, lots of things. But the thing I'm leaving with you guys today is, what is making marriages to break, and how do we remedy that? How do you avoid falling into the same trap? Bring all into the marriage. Don't sit on the fence. Don't be on a neutral. Be all in. Nothing left back. Nothing, holding nothing back. All your love, and come into that marriage. Make sure you don't marry someone that you do not love. When I say love, I don't mean lust. I mean love. Make sure you marry someone that you love, that your best, your first option. marry that person. And when you marry because of love and because you think God is leading you and the Father, your heavenly Father, has approved of this relationship, you'll be sure to go back to Him for help every time, and your marriage will be beautiful. There are as well very beautiful marriages out there. I see younger people now getting married, especially here in this part of the world. I'm seeing younger people getting married, unlike it used to be. So many younger people now, when they have finished college and they have a job, they are ready to get married. They are ready to build their homes. They are ready to buy their homes. I love it. Like, I have one of the guys that's come here before, and one of the people who were brought here before. He got married not too long ago, and they are even moving into their own home. I love that kind of thing. When I see those kind of things, I see progress. I see a family that prays together. They're always, sitting together, praying together, doing everything together, not taking any decision alone. They're always together. I love it. I see it and I'm like, yes, good marriages still exist. There are still good marriages in the midst of all that is going on, in the midst of the fracas that is going on in the world, in the midst of the marriages that are breaking around us. There are still good marriages. Let's keep striving and raising our voices and speaking out for what people should do to make their marriage beautiful, lovely, sweet, and lasting. So that is me trying our first live on the DLBC Singles platform. I hope that we'll have more of this. I'm thinking of starting a podcast and where we can share thoughts, and I would like to hear from other people. What are your thoughts? Do you want us to have something like that? And what other topics do you want us to address? Okay, we like to spill the truth here. So what other things do you want us to talk about? Let us know. Let us know. And thank you for subscribing, all our subscribers. We're so grateful for your subscription, your like, your support, your answers, your comments, and your kindness. Your kind comments and your kind words has been a big encouragement to us. God bless you. And happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Today is Friday and I love Fridays, and I hope you like Fridays too. See you next time. Bye. Love you. Don't forget to share our videos and share your thoughts. Until next time, I was happy to be here.